They had the aforementioned, and we've talked a bit about it, but we got to provide some details. The big AJ, big boomer fellow, big boom AJ, and big Justice, and they brought out Paul White still works there, and bless him for it. What are they having him do? What is he allowed to do? Why have we not seen him in 2 years? Does he do something on another show? Is he on Rampage?
He was on one of the internet shows, I think, when they had those. He was better on commentary than all the regular commentators.
Well, because their regular commentators are not actually regular commentators. They're not up to the median standard, but so they brought him out to do the color on the Costco match, and I don't know how the Rizzler. What is the Rizzler?
The Rizzler.
What is the gimmick of the? I mean, he's another one of the member of the family, but why is he the Rizzler?
I'm not exactly sure, but give him credit. He stayed in complete gimmick the whole time.
Well, yes, he's carefully, he's invested in his case. He's gone to the method acting school. I think he's doing some Strasbourg there. But so AJ Boomer brought the boom, and at the start, the Big Show was there so that he could back QT down when QT went to menace the Rizzler. And I mean, and they had a basic spot show territory wrestling match where the chances of the guy who hasn't wrestled in 20 years and then obviously not at a worldwide level wouldn't go fuck anything up, so people either shit on it or didn't feel good for him because they were predisposed to like him. And the heel tries to guide the ship and become the foil for the people to laugh at him, and more or less. And besides the kid getting to do a spear on a grown man, I'd have even taken a kick in the balls. Maybe QT didn't want to volunteer for that fucking chunky little son of a bitch to kick him in the balls. But otherwise than that, that's what they did. They had a basic match, and the fucking babyface powerbombed him 1, 2, 3. And they could, again, they got a reaction, not only because of who was in it, and they were, wanting to like the guy, but also because nobody really fucked anything up and was embarrassing, or, it took a phantom bump that I saw. I didn't watch it like the Zapruder film, but I think they at least tried to halfway swing at the guy when he fell down. Brian, did I miss any Invisible Man tactics?
No, I mean, AJ threw better punches than half the roster. Probably.
Yeah, and again, the bar is low, but there you are, yeah.
Again, this goes back to that argument for years about what is good wrestling. And you would go to some of these indie shows here in New Jersey. And, for a long time, you didn't get... If you got like one match with one high flyer, you were lucky. Devin Storm stood out immediately on those Dennis shows because he was like trying to do crazy shit that he couldn't even do yet. I saw him do an Acai moonsault land on his head. He wasn't right, but he was trying it. But you got a lot of matches similar to this that, like I said about the Anna Jay match, not a technical classic, but the difference is you get the room into it. Everyone there seemed to be as invested in the finish of this as in the finish of any other match on the show, which is insane. But it says something, too. It wasn't just the celebrity. It was the kind of match they tried to do.
Yeah, it's the people involved. If you say, hey, we're going to have a fucking show on Saturday night where Joe Bob Smith and Billy Bob Briggs are going to beat each other with light tubes, you could hold it in a fucking basement. But if you say we're going to have a show at this goddamn giant building where The Rock and Conor McGregor are going to fucking trade insults with each other, you probably sell 10,000 fucking tickets. And I'm not trying to put The Rock over, But you know what I'm saying? It's who the people are and whether they're good, have a reputation for being somewhat good in that field, and they're over. People know them, and they're stars, and they have an issue, and they can instead of just endless indie-rific shit. That instead of a rec center or a high school gym, it's in a goddamn major building because somebody wanted to spend $250 million fucking dollars on it. But this is the reason why that they're contracting an audience, whether they're expanding financially with money that people will pay them to fart in church. That's one thing. But whether they're getting an audience to watch and come and see and whatever, and making stars and celebrities out of their guys and their talent, and no, because it's just over and over and over. Anyway, we'll move on to the pay-per-view.
Big Boom AJ and Big Justice and the Rizzler.
Yes.
Is now the time to hold Tony up for more money? And say, if not, I'm calling Nick Khan. He sees what we did.
I think there may be a ceiling to the celebrity level of
AEW?
Of WWE that they might want Big Boom and the cast to fill out a few more applications before they get to that point.
I don't know. You know, that is one of the things that's interesting to think about. WWE has embraced a lot of social media celebrities. They've embraced celebrities we've never heard of. Remember Sexy Red? Apparently she has a following. Yeah. And they've actually, under Paul Levesque, it seems like they've tried, or under, I don't know if that's actually a Paul Levesque call, but they've tried to incorporate any celebrity or pseudo-celebrity they can. But anyway.
Then maybe there might be a bidding war for the Boom War. War for the Boom.
To what I said earlier, do you think this match should have been on the main pay-per-view show, considering the interest and the attention from the fans?
Yes, especially if they were going to do it. Why wouldn't you fucking do it? It's not even, like you said, for the local market. They put these guys on national TV on Dynamite and said, we're going to have this match at this thing. So it's not like they were trying to hide it and just do it in Newark and nobody else would know about it. So again,
that's
it would have been
weird
different than everything on the main show. And you would have seen people jumping up and down a little bit.
Well, that was the big match on the pre-show.